interested in any products used in this video, you can find them all in my Amazon storefront. For nail prep, I will be using a cuticle pusher, a cuticle nipper, and the Instant Cuticle Remover by Sally Hansen. Full disclaimer, I am not a licensed nail tech or esthetician. I am just a girly that figured out how to DIY Gel X nails at home. So this is how I do it. It is extremely important to prep your nails. So I like to go ahead and file mine down, just kind of get any of that shine or anything, oils, anything like that off. Kind of rough them up a bit. And just in case there's any, I don't know, leftover gel polish or anything like that, I like to remove that with the filing process as well. I learned the thing that makes your nails look the most professionally done. This is one of the keys, making sure that you clean your cuticle line. That makes the nails look so much better, and the last thing you want is for your Gel X nails to look like they're press-ons. So when you do that cuticle work, it helps give salon results. Now, whatever you do, please be careful when using these cuticle nippers. I know they can be kind of daunting and kind of scary, but the point of using the solution by Sally Hansen is to soften up that excess cuticle skin that is no longer adhered to your nail. That's the only skin you want to cut off. Don't cut off the skin that is literally still living and attached to you, because that's how you bleed. So just only get the excess and keep it cute. And if you're not sure, then less is more. Don't go in too crazy. Just take your time, and it might just take you a little longer, and that's okay. All right, we're about to go to work, honey. So I'm not exactly sure what that bit is called. It's like a little ball almost, but it has like a little point at the top. And I absolutely am still working on cuticles here. So I use that to get any of the skin that I couldn't cut off. I just go in with this bit to kind of clean it up off my nail and off of my skin. And as you just saw, I really work those side walls as well. That's important because it helps with the fit of the Gel X nail. And again, it gives salon results. This is another tool that people are afraid to use. And to that, I say, just take your time. When I used it for the first time, I was terrified too, but I used it on a slow setting. And as I got more and more comfortable, I turned up the speed, and that allowed me to see exactly what to do. So you just kind of have to play with it and just be careful. We are finally ready for the application, and as you can see, I have the extra longs today. I haven't had super long nails in a long time, and I was looking back at some old sets of super long nails, and I was like, yeah, we got to do that again. We're gonna have to run that back. I like to leave these little nail size notes in all of my Gel X bins. It's just a drawing of my hand, and it's the size of the nails, like the number used for each nail, because I'm not going to remember this like just off the top of my head, right? So I write it down so that I don't have to go through and continue to measure. So the first thing we want to do is go in with this pH bonder to dehydrate our nails. Next, we want to go ahead and apply the primer on our nails. I feel like this kind of has a sticky film to it, and I just feel like it helps keep the nails adhered to my nails. That's just my thought process. This is called Gel X Prep, and it's used to etch the inside of the nail with the solution instead of having to go in with the nail file. That's how they do it in the salon, sometimes with the hand file, and it just takes a little longer. This helps to expedite that process. I absolutely love this nail extension light because it is wireless, like you charge it and then it just works without a cord. I love that. Okay, so now we're going to use this extend gel to make sure that these nails adhere to our fingernails and don't go anywhere. All of the prepping that we did is also helpful to making sure that the nails last. This will be a very repetitive process, but you want to align the nail with the product in it, and right before you press it down on your nail, that's when you want to turn the light on. And as the lamp is heating up the gel product, you're making sure that you press the Gel X nail down so that the extend gel can reach the length of your nails, and that's how it adheres and stays. I have been asked if it's necessary to get one of these extension nail lamps, and in my opinion, the answer is yes. This is called flash curing, so it's not completely curing the nails or the product underneath the nails, but you do need that freedom to move your nails and get closer to the lamp if you need to, or move your hand, and you don't get that with the dome. Speaking of the dome, here it is. Okay, so as I mentioned, we just flash cured, so now we need to cure it completely, and I do 90 seconds. So this part is absolutely necessary for me. I like to make sure my skin is not stuck to any of the gel products. To me, that's the best way to make sure you don't have an allergic reaction. And then I like to go in and perfect the shape of the nail. It's already stiletto technically, but it just doesn't have that point that I like. So that's why I go in and file my nails so that I can make them as pointy as I would like them to be. All right, we're bringing out that e-file again, and this time I'm going to use a sanding band to file over top of the nail just to kind of rough it up and all of that, because we want to make sure that there's no line of demarcation where the actual nail is and where my nail meets. So that's where the sanding band comes into play. I do it this way because it's just faster. However, you technically can use a hand file. I've done that before and it works just as well. All of this is just to make sure that it looks smooth and like it literally is growing out of my fingers. And if you know anything about applying gel polish, you do know that you need to rough up your nails or your extensions so that the polished product can stick to your nail. So that also is what we're doing here. On this set, I neglected to use a nail buffer to smooth out the nail, and I highly recommend that because it makes your polish so smooth. And I neglected to do that on this set. So sad. This is my favorite brand. Right here we have the base gel. You 100% need a base gel. I would not recommend skipping this, but you just want to put it on very nice and light, and to avoid flooding the cuticle line, you just kind of push the product to the back of your cuticle. Don't put the whole brush back there and try to smooth it out because sometimes it just puts way too much product. I hope that makes sense. Now that we have the base coat on, we're going in for another 90 seconds. This is the polish color that I'm going for. I love the Venalisa brand. It has some high quality nail polishes or gel polishes. This one is just like a little nudie pink. I absolutely live for a nude or a soft pink on me. That is my absolute go-to. And this gives that. And it's just such a good formula. You know what time it is, another 90 seconds. So before I apply my design, I want to go in and make sure that my nails are just kind of freshened up, just making sure they're as sharp as they can be. So for the design, I want to do some line work, and this is the set that I am pulling this 09 color from. It's actually just the color white, and I just want to do like a cute little tight line on the edge of my nails. I'm not very good at a bunch of designs, and to be quite honest, I don't like to keep designs on that long, but when I do, it has to be very minimalistic. So this is only my second time doing line work like this. The first time I did it was in black, so I wanted to try it in white. Oh yeah, my phone died, so y'all didn't see me, but I did put this in the lamp to cure. And right here, I'm just showing how I'm going over it with a second coat, and you can see how it brightens it up and makes it look a little more, you know, powerful, like you can see it. We're doing another 90 seconds just to make sure everything is curing properly. Okay, now it's time for top coat. And yes, it's my favorite brand again. Actually, the top coat and the base gel come as a duo on the Amazon link that I have. And I do highly recommend getting them both at the same time. That way you don't have to try to chase them down, honey. But this top coat is phenomenal. It makes the nails so shiny. And of course, another 90 seconds. And now that that top coat is on protecting my design, I can go ahead and tighten up any of the inconsistencies and make sure it's nice and sharp. As you can see, I like my nails nice and sharp. If I'm going stiletto, honey, we're going all the way. Don't forget, you can find all of the products that I used on my Amazon storefront. Just use this QR code and it'll take you there. Thanks for watching.